Hi everyone, this is Fitch the Hedgehog and welcome to this video. I'm here with my Chucky doll. Yeah, he is one of those Mesco figures. This is the mega scale one and he is 15 inches. I don't have very large hands, but this figure for me is pretty good size. I have exactly the same one here, so if you want to know what the box looks like. And here is Richie. Where is Richie? There he is. He's running in circles again. So yeah, in this video, actually I wanted to have a look at these figures. I was very lucky on Facts, our Belgium Comic Con, to find these two adorable figures of Chucky. So I wanted to collect exactly the same one as I have right here. So I might just keep this one in the box for now. But I wanted to have a closer look at this one. I thought I would have opened them way earlier, but for some reason I was just waiting for the right moment, and I hope today is the day. This is the one from Bride and Seed of Chucky, and actually when you turn the box, which is black and has adorable pictures on it, you can actually see here the some nice text, and it's actually really sweet how they made the edge of the circle red here. It says try me, and he has really nice sentences. I believe he's in try me since he just speaks two for now. So it's just, yeah, one of those figures, the one with the scars. This is one that I really wanted to collect. I knew it, so I took the figure with me as soon as I could. And yeah, well, in this video I would like to have a closer look and make a little comparison. So let's open him. Now, just to compare boxes, this guy has, well, he's from Child's Play 2, I believe, and he has like the yellow classic good guy box. It just says Chucky here on the front, while on the good guy doll it just says good guys here somewhere, and it has a much more friendly face. But I think the box is quite the same as this one here. So this one is yellow and the other one is black, just so you know what color you have to look up. So for now I'm just gonna keep this guy in the box. I paid like 99 euros for him. I know it's pretty much. That's actually the little weakness on these figures. It's the price, but believe me, you really get quality for your money. So if you are a Chucky lover and you really want a figure of him that's nice size, this figure is really something for you. I was also, yeah, I was quite unsure about paying this price for him, and as you can see now I have 3 of them. So just to give you an idea, and in general they go for like 99 euros or 100 euros. If it's more, well, then maybe it's not the right deal. So I can put this guy aside here. Just careful for the hedgehog who is just wandering around. He just ate. He's really sweet. I'm having an eye on him just to make sure he's fine. He likes running in circles like this, and he works a lot. He does a nice workout at night. So yeah, that's for Richie. I pulled out the scarred one out of his box, and this is how he looks. Now, I'm just going to show you his face. So he has a bloody eye, very creepy, staring blue eye. And he has, I think, a bit of a different face expression compared with this guy here, maybe. Difficult to say. They have a different face. Maybe not. But since it's the same character, it's hard to say. I'll put them next to each other later. So he has attachments here around his feet, quite sturdy, around the elbows as well, here, and around the neck, and around the knife, of course, which is bloody on this figure. So I'll open them up. Here, this is the back. So there you go, here are the boys. Now the attachments weren't easy to detach because they were assembled with those little iron wires, plus they had these little plastic coatings around them, so it makes it kind of difficult to remove, especially because they were really tight. So to cut them over I had to be really careful. Just gonna have a look at this guy first. This is the new guy, of course, because I have two here. This is actually the guy I use for sleeping. He's next to me every night into his sleepy bag, which is right there, and I have the claw machine Chucky in there for now to protect his body when I move a lot, or when I just, because I actually use him as a plush, and as you can see, he's in pretty good condition. His head articulation got a lot easier, so I suppose that when you actually get your figure to move, his articulations might just get less stiff. Now this guy here, I have no idea if this is because he's new, but I think the material on his head is, yeah, really rough, actually. And of course it's hard to get the head moving right now. So there you go. Oh, sorry, Richie boy. So here he has like hair. This is hair. This is no plastic. The little outcomings of the hair are just, yeah, it's no plastic, and it has the little I don't really know what you call these to hold his hair. This guy doesn't have as much hair as the one here next to me. So I suggest, if you like his hair really much, I suggest get another figure. Get this one here, because he has like more of it. Still not enough actually, but he has more hair. And it's actually the work of his stitching and his scars, and he also has some silver paintings and silver finishings on his head, since he was literally put back together. His clothing is a bit more loose, and it's like the same color as this guy here. You can actually, the funny thing, you can also take off his overalls, not entirely of course, but just for example, making look messed up like this, you can just take this off his shoulder. And here you have, well, the hands are like in the same position. This guy has the same hand position, but it's just that his hands are really rough. Maybe it's just because my figure is more used. Don't really have the impression that they're the same color. So I don't really know if they used a different material for this figure compared with this one. It's still really sturdy, so I wouldn't really no, it's not that this material is less quality than this. It's it just feels weird. This guy didn't feel so weird when I opened him. So it's like the same. Well, the little socks here and the shoes are just the same, just like the size. So actually you can see that his clothes are a bit worn out here, also here. So actually you can see, well, if he was wearing underwear, you could actually see his underwear. And here, also the fake torn clothes. So they put some nice finishing in there. Also here, the overalls go loose. And also here on this shirt, he has a lot of, stitching. Not exactly stitching, but little artificial torns and openings, just to mark how damaged he is. This has good ties on his overalls. Also the little pocket here is open. I think in the movie with the scars he looked really cute. Also here, the scars on his hand, the stitchings was really apparently also well detailed on the hand. He was actually really cute in those movies. Bride and Seal of Chucky. Sometimes Chucky could be so hilarious. Here, of course, you have like the same markings on the shoes, and he has like the same way you can actually sit him up. There we go. It's just that it looks a bit unnatural. Of course, since his clothes are damaged, sometimes you have to place them back. But this figure, yeah, sorry if I say plush, that's habit. I always used to say this. Now this figure actually looks nice if it's worn out, so if it gets damaged or something, maybe that's not too hard or too bad. It just fits this figure, and it is really well put together. And about this figure, people have been saying really nice things. They really said that he was looking exactly like the character in the movie. Not quite sure about that. Hard to say. This is actually what his hair looked like. I know it's still a bit messed up. I'm just gonna put him like this. I can actually just... So he has like a little lock of hair that comes quite low here. Richie, that tickles, stop. So here it comes kind of low. There you go. Because his hair was just put back on his head. He's really shiny. Because he's new, of course. That's really funny. There. So, I know this guy gets his hair brushed every morning. And his hair, yeah, well, doesn't reach his back so low. It doesn't come so low. So, it's a bit different. But he has more hair on the sides of his head. This guy here has like, yeah, a different haircut and finishing on the back. It's really cute because there's a lot of hair that's actually put on top of his head here instead of on the sides. There's like little whiskers here. Too bad he doesn't have so much hair on the sides of his head, but that's how this guy is. So I think if you really like him with hair or a lot of hair, don't get this version of him. Just get this one here. If you really like the hair or like to feel his hair, like I do, for example, this figure might be more your thing. Also really charming looking. He's a heartbreaker, is he? So, here he is. So, of course, he has like red finishings on the face, stitching, even his teeth, actually. Even the marking here on the lip. And his bloody eye, of course, which is kind of gross. Very well finished. To be honest, I prefer this one here. Definitely. That's why I wanted to have a second one like him. Because, yeah, well, I think it's too bad with the overalls and the scars, and he looks really cute in the movies, but I don't think this figure looks as cute as in the movies. Or, still I really like him scarred, but this figure, compared with this one, just doesn't do it for me. He can be really cute, but still, I definitely prefer, I think it's easier, just because his clothes hang on well on him, because he's just intact, and I think it's easier to get on with him. So, or easier to use him. So I might just put this guy back in his box, just to keep him this way, or, but he's really adorable. I really recommend him. So of course here on his back, I actually forgot the name. Sorry. The straps, I'm gonna call these straps of his overall, come off his shoulders like this. And this button is here somewhere.
A true classic, never goes out of style.
Has an adorable laughing too, you might have heard that earlier. looking for his button. It's kind of weird looking. Such an adorable laughing. I actually wonder what he says more. What more he can say. There you go, I switched him to on. He speaks 7 phrases.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
So cute. He has a bunch of hair on his head.
Now the first thing we gotta do is get me out of this body once and for all.
He wasn't so sure about that after all.
A true classic never goes out of style. Get off my knife. I'll be back. I always come back.
Yeah, that's true. He was always back.
I don't have a problem with killing. I like a little killing now and then. What's wrong with that?
Man, his sentences are epic.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
There you go. So you have like the same information about his batteries here, and the same adorable drawing. There you go. So it just opens here. Hey, hello there, buddy. Busy hedgehog. There you go. Not gonna open it right now. But here you have the possibility to change everything. It's actually exactly the same as for the other figure. Now Chucky's off. I like a little kinnings now and then. What's wrong with that? There you go. I'll just put him back together. So yeah, it all depends on if you like the look of this figure. I really like the movies. Actually, I really like the character in those movies. Bride and Seed of Chucky was really adorable, and the little scars he has all over him are very typical for those movies and for him at that moment. Running in circles. So yeah, I would really recommend the figure just because it's so well finished. It's really charming looking, and the sentences are just epic. I don't think I will collect the pizza face or the good guy one. I know those are available as well, but these guys are my favorite. These are 2 I really wanted to collect. This is the guy I use for sleeping. I just put him back on. You can hear his sentences once more. Just that I have to find his... Oh, here it is. He's always off because I press his button a lot, and if I do that at night, it might just make me up.
Time to play. I hate kids. You know what they say. You just can't keep a good guy down.
Hi, I'm Chucky, and I'm your friend to the end. Heidi ho!
I really like his laugh. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, what are you doing? Yeah, I know that's Chucky stuff. Just gonna keep the plastic mold in the box as well. Nice hedgehog. Still not really quite sure what I have to do with him. With the hedgehog, I mean. Hey, I got an idea. You get your soul in that hedgehog and I keep you too. Chucky the Hedgehog, what do you think? Yeah, I was actually thinking of naming him Chucky. But for some reason I didn't do it. So, I'm just gonna put you off, sweetie. There you go. That should be it. Yeah. You get a lot of affection. Yes. But like I said earlier, that's one thing they should actually do on these figures. Getting some more hair. Just look at this. Oh man. What can I say more about this figure? Yes, I really do recommend him. He's adorable. He's very well detailed, very well finished. Just that I like the general look of Chucky more in his intact form. That's very personal, of course. But I also really appreciate the scarred form of this character in those two movies, like Bride and Seed of Chucky. So definitely, still not quite sure if because of that reason I like this figure as much as this one. I like them really both, but if I would like to use one of those, I'll definitely be choosing this one. So I just keep this one aside as a collectible in his box, or maybe outside of his box. What's actually a really nice finishing is that little piece of hair that comes here. That's just so cute. Oh, no, it's nothing. It's not a hedgehog, luckily. I thought the hedgehog had something on his head. There you go. So, yay. His hair's really, really soft. He has a bunch of hair here. So, just if you want to, do something funny, you can just put a little, how do you call it? A little stretch? I don't really know how you call this, in his hair, and make him little ponytails. Very sweet. Wish I could collect a Glenn as well, but I don't think they made him like this. Also, I'm pretty tend to be scared of such a doll, a damaged looking doll. And seeing Chucky, I got used to it shortly but slowly. And I had the same impression or the same idea about clowns, but I could get used to Pennywise. So see, I suggest it's all in my head. So maybe that's also a reason why I preferred more the intact form like this. Oh, his knife. There it is. So this is the bloody side of the knife. It's just a plastic knife, exactly like the other one. Well, you can cut a little piece of cheese with it. Because it has like a nice cutting edge, but it doesn't harm anyone, of course. Can I put it in his hand? Just that I have to get his thumb moving. Hold on a second. There you go. Yeah, actually, when you see the bloody edge of the knife, you can actually, well, I experience it like this. The knife is really part of this figure. So it's not that you can, this figure, the knife is a nice finishing. I don't really know, can you hold it straight? Make him hold it like this. Maybe like this. Just that he has a very weird way of holding it. Go like this. So you have some possibilities with it, or maybe just downwards. Just that it fell out of his hand again. Sometimes a bit hard to put it back. Or you can turn his hand like this and make him hold the knife like this. I'll try. Hold on. There you go, just like this. Don't really know if it looks the best. I don't think this is the best pose, but about articulations, they're actually quite similar with this figure, since those figures are in general kind of similar, as except from the face finishings and the clothing that's torn open. So the legs move forward and they go a bit sidewards. The arms can move like this, and they can also move like this, and you even have, so you have like a pretty movable shoulder articulation, and here the hand can turn. This hand can hold a knife and can turn around. So you do have, yeah, a bit of arm articulation. You have a shoulder articulation here, helps you to turn or make the arm rotate. Here you also can move his elbow and his wrist. So you can actually pose this figure. This is actually what you're supposed to do with it. He can, yeah, it's just that he's almost dropping the knife again. There you go. Just that he doesn't seem to hold the knife very firmly. So, yeah, it's a bit like the previous figure also had that little issue. It looks like he's just giving the knife away, like. So you have like really shoulder articulation, elbow articulation, and wrist articulation. And the head can also move. And this guy doesn't really have a very movable head. Not quite much of articulation in there. His head does have a pretty limited articulation. You can still turn his head a bit, but I think it's just a very stiff articulation. It should be working. Fine. But just that this guy is entirely new. Just to give you an idea, this is actually what I can do with the other one. See? So it's just perfectly fine on this one. I suggest just give it a try, give him some exercise, and maybe the articulation will come to its best. Because right now, mine has like a very stubborn head. It's barely movable. There you go. So I think now I told you everything about these adorable figures, especially this guy here. And now you can actually see the color difference. There's a little difference in skin color. But this guy has maybe more of the vintage character, while this one here is, yeah, vintage. They're both actually very vintage, but maybe their skin color was a bit different in those different movies. Yeah, apparently. Still, they really have those really nice blue-gray eyes. I'm just gonna put them here again. This guy has really adorable eyes. And he's really expressive. Here the eyes are so, scarred and damaged that a lot of the beauty of its eyes actually gets lost. Still, they're really nice, both of them. Now, I really hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you ever have questions about these figures, don't mind asking. And there are a bunch of people who made reviews about these adorable dollies. So, yeah, make sure to see those too if you're considering getting one of those. Now, like I said, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye!